I read that you got your first guitar when you were 13.
13, yes. I went to Nashville and I already knew I loved to sing. I knew at this point that I loved country music, but I was like, but wait, everyone has a guitar and they're writing their own songs. So I better start doing that. So I saved up like $100 and bought probably one of the cheapest guitars you could find, but that's what started it.
Do you remember what it was?
It was a guitar from Amazon, and I now work at a guitar shop, so I now know that it was like not a good brand at all.
Okay.
But it was called a Sawtooth, and I don't even know. I think that's like some, just foreign made random guitar.
Yeah, sounds like it. I've never heard of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, right, for sure.
I was also 13 when I got my first guitar, and it was actually pretty nice. It was a 12 string.
Oh wow, you started on a 12
I
string?
started on a 12 string acoustic guitar, which was really nice for playing kind of big, round
Mhm.
sounding chords, especially if
Definitely,
you're playing
definitely.
like kind of open string chords like an E minor or an A minor and a C. And I loved it. So
Mhm.
if you're writing some of these lovely songs that you write, they are very nice songs.
Thank you.
What is then, I mean, do you have some kind of like songwriting process? I mean, do you just grab a guitar first of all, or does an idea just pop into your head and you've got to write it down quick?
It's really evolved over the years and it's always different. So usually I have a hook in my head of some type, or sometimes it's maybe not the hook, but it's like something that will end up leading to the hook. And it will just be the lyrics, like a little bit of lyrics, and then a melody that I can then, take in any which direction. And my first instinct, if I'm out and about, is to write it down or, just do a voice memo. But when I get home, I immediately got to grab that guitar because the guitar will then help me, decide which direction I'm going in once I can figure out what chord progression it is and all that. And I always write lyrics and melody together. I never do them separately. I've tried to do them separately. I've done it once or twice and actually created a good song, but usually it ends in a disaster for me if I try to write them
Okay.
separately. I think with lyrics, like there's a certain melodic phrasing that you need to like fit them into. And I feel like they come naturally together when they're being created at the same time.
Now, I also read that with the new release of Bitter, that there is
Mhm.
supposed to be some release party today.
Yes. So finally, I'm super thankful that we were able to work it out with a venue. But there's a venue in downtown San Diego, which I'm from San Diego, if you didn't already know that. But it's kind of like a bar slash live music venue, and it was closed for a while, and then they were doing outdoor only. But finally, because of the regulations now in California, we're doing a COVID friendly indoor release party, and I'm really excited because we haven't been able to do that stuff for a really long time. So it's still going to be like masks and still going to be regulations and limited capacity and things like that. But I'm really excited to finally have live music back. And I mean, especially playing with members of my band, like we couldn't do that for so long. So kind of kicking it off with a release party for a new song, that's like the best way.
Cover Me is going to be an
Yeah.
album. Is that right? Have I understood this correctly?
Yes, there will be an album. It's gonna come out this summer, and there's a debate in the current music industry about whether it's worth it to put out a full record or just do
Uh-huh.
singles and that kind of thing. But when I was in Nashville and I recorded this project, I was initially thinking, okay, just singles or an EP. But we kept writing and we kept producing, and everything felt so in the moment that we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to put out a record. We're just going to do it. It's
Okay.
not going to be super long. It's not going to be a super short one like an EP. It was 9 songs. Now it will be 8 songs. But we're going to do it, and we'll spotlight each song individually. We'll give each song a visual or something that makes people want to go listen to a specific track. And I've currently released 4 songs from it, and then there'll be 4 more. No, 4 songs, and I'm releasing one more single, and then there'll be 3 bonus tracks that make 8.
So, what are the songs that are going to be on this album that have been released already?
Yeah, so Bonnie and Clyde,
Bonnie and
Ungodly
Clyde,
Hours, my cover of the White Stripes, Seven Nation
Seven
Army,
Nations, yeah.
and then Bitter. And then there'll
Right.
be one more single that's coming out next month. And then the album hopefully in June or July.
So seeing as you got that guitar
Yeah.
right next to you,
Yep.
what actually is that? It's a very nice
It's a
looking guitar.
it's a Taylor GS Mini
Ah,
Koa, and it's crazy. So I work for a, let's just say, a pretty big guitar retailer, and my friend, I went into work. It was on my day off, and I was ready to buy a new guitar. And my friend, I told her to go to the back and pick me one because we had a couple in stock. So she couldn't see them; they were in boxes. And she comes out and she's like, "I just had a feeling this was the one." And we opened it up, and it has this really beautiful like white stripe down the center, this Alcoa, and then the back is pretty
wow.
nice too. So
Oh, so
it's
that
a
stripe,
very,
yeah, that's stunning on the front. I love that.
yeah, yeah, I love it.
So, are you going to pick a song or can I request one?
You can request one.
Well, I'd certainly love to hear Ungodly Hours because I just really like that song. And I might just
Oh,
pick up a guitar and you play along, which is probably going to sound awful because there's going to be latency, but
over the stream.
over the Zoom
Okay.
thing. If it sounds awful, I'll shut up and we'll just listen to you.
So normally we start with the vocals. Okay. Ooh, oh, ooh. Fast cars, fluorescent lights. My two parents bought where you spent the night. Cigarettes, we light them up. Don't like the taste, but you know we love the buzz. Drive by bottle runs, midnight of night. Sneaking into stadiums in a risky delirium. Watered down your moment's fine, hoping that she'll never find you. Took some the other night, things we do to chase the high. Living like we've got superpowers in ungodly hours. Things we do to chase the high. Living like we've got superpowers in ungodly hours. In ungodly hours. Ooh, 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 ooh.
So, when are you going to come over to Europe and visit us?
I went to Europe once. I went when I was 10 years old. I went to London and Oxford in England. And I want to come over. Obviously with COVID, it's not realistic right
Yeah.
now, but I definitely want to. I love Europe and like I had the best time when I went last time. And I think now that I'm 20, so 10 years later, I think I'll be able to appreciate it a lot more. And my family is from the Netherlands. We're really
Okay.
Dutch, so I would love to go over there and meet some of my cousins and kind of see where my family is from. Yeah, I
So
would love to go.
you got to go.
Mhm.
It's the same as me. I've got to go to Nashville and
Yes, we'll just switch.
we'll swap. Okay, Sam, I'm going to have to wrap this up.
Okay.
I'm going to say thanks very much indeed for joining us, for taking the time to do the interview.
Yes,
We
thank
really,
you. You were awesome.
we really do appreciate all the good people who take the time to do these interviews. I think it just helps a lot of people a little bit, to sort of get through these troubling times. And for
Definitely.
me personally, just to have the opportunity to talk to other musicians is great. I love it, every minute of it.
Absolutely.
So I
Me
wish you
too.
then,
Well, thank you.
whatever you're doing this evening for this release party, have fun,
Thank you.
have a
Thank you.
nice
I'm super
weekend,
excited. Bye,
and
you too.
I will say goodbye. You take
Bye.
care.
Till next time.
Bye.
Stupid boys go leave your heart.